Howdy, howdy. Welcome back to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie panels, and welcome back to Sci-Fi Sundays. How's everybody?
We're good.
Great.
Well, it's a crazy week. Would we call it a great week if we're having a great week so far?
I'm having a great week.
Yeah, I'd say so. Does that mean a great movie came out this week? Wanted to discuss, or a great TV show that we might have to discuss a little bit as well.
Could be. There's all sorts of shit going on.
Like the raise the trident.
Yep, got my Mariners. They're playing today. So, they're playing right now, actually, I think.
Who are they playing? Who's the
Detroit today?
Go Seattle.
Go Mariners. That's what I'm just going to say it. I'm going to just write out loud in front of everybody and God. Go Mariners.
All right. Thank you.
I used to live in Portland, so I have this affinity toward the Seattle Mariners.
There you go. Well, we've been starting off the last couple weeks of Sci-Fi Sundays with what we've watched, rather than end with it. Stormy, you want to lead us into the week?
So let's see. It's I had calculus class, still have calculus class, so there's lots of calculus homework and shit I didn't do. But I did make time. I did make time for season 3, episode 1 of Foundation.
Me too. It's good.
Oh my God. Actually, I watched it 3 times.
I gotta watch it again. I missed some stuff, but yeah.
I mean, you've got Day. Are we doing spoilers?
I haven't seen it, but it's okay. It's the first episode. Light spoilers. I'll go ahead.
Okay, so Day is high off of his ass, just fucking high off of some
That's great.
sport. You know,
Harris, you will really like this version of Day. I'll just put it on.
Oh, I'm excited now. Okay.
Dusk is having all sorts of feels about, being electrocuted. And Dawn, well, he's just taken over. He's just like this. He's like, well, fuck you. I can come back in 10 days and we can do this all over again and you won't have a job. Very, very corporate America kind of. And it was just, and then Demerzel has issues. Like, oh my God, it's all falling apart. And here's the proof of why it's falling apart. Let me pull it out of my rib cage here.
Yep. Hey.
And she pulled out Jay right out of her rib cage.
I was pulled out of anywhere. It wasn't a rib cage, mate.
And so then Demerzel starts going, well, I'm having troubles, and it's just like, well, what if this all falls apart? And I can't do anything about it because it's going to fall apart. Mm-hmm. And it's just, you want to give her some tissues, but she'll cut your hand off and erase your memories. Mm-hmm. It was a very good episode.
Mm-hmm.
maybe.
Yeah, it was. Mhm. It really set things up for the season. I like that.
Oh my God! Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, but Day just fucking
Yeah.
the kite.
That's great.
Just
Yeah.
mind blown off of
Yeah.
cyber.
Lee Pace does like a great job with it too. It's really good.
Walking around skirtless, showing off his lack
Yeah.
of cable just because he just can.
Yeah.
Lee Pace can do no wrong. I'm so excited. That is exactly what I will be doing right after this stream. Is walking
I haven't
inside.
watched the Murderbot finale.
Me either.
Oh, I
Well,
haven't.
I'm waiting
Oh, I
for the
forgot.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
watching that
okay.
straight after this. Screw you
Yeah.
guys. I'm out of here. I
See
got
you
someone
next
more
week.
important to be.
Yeah.
I did have a thought come to mind. If you came from Stormy's rib, are y'all Adam and Eve over here? What's going on?
We're Adam and Steve, catch up.
No.
I came out of Stormy's ass, not his ribcage.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why I'm sitting down.
He had a pretty hefty pump one day.
I required
Down
stitches.
in the toilet, now it's me going.
that requires stitches.
Yeah, I need a 55-gallon trash bag for my prolapse. Just saying.
Foundation is very good. I've not seen the start of the new season yet, though.
Mhm.
It is excellent.
There may be spoilers. When we talk about Superman, I got a list.
Oh my God, you got a list?
Yeah.
Let's get on
We're
that.
in for it now.
Though, to be fair.
Well, real quick, what else have you watched, Stormy?
Well, that was it, bro. I mean,
That was it.
I watched a lot of. I had YouTube playing in the background with things called cloud meditation, and just to get through. I mean, because it's whenever I'm in class, I just focus on that because I just gotta. If I start fixating on other things, I get a D and I get nothing else done. So, I did gather up the laundry and I did change the my bed sheets. That was a minor miracle.
Exciting.
I did a grocery store, and that was it. I did bathe one day each week, so I'm doing well.
These are
Good.
important things.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping you don't have a heart attack.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Yeah. I got really dehydrated last week. I mean, I don't even know. Well, it was 111,
That'll do it.
That'll help.
and I went outside, and I thought it. I went outside. So I've got this mom and dad Gamble's quail nesting out in the backyard. And there's these two little baby chicks running around. They're just fluffed with legs. And I did some yard work to make sure there's nothing that's going to disturb the chicks, And I guess I was outside too long because I got really faint right before I logged on to this thing. And I just went and guzzled a liter of water and about 4 Gatorades and felt fine as a fiddle. But I mean, it was really dry here and it was really hot here in New Mexico. And I guess it got the best of me.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'm not 18 anymore.
I know.
Well,
We all think we are.
I am not touching that with a fucking 10-foot cattle prod. And no. No, you are not 18 anymore, Stormy.
Fuck.
for context, for chatting everybody, Stormy almost was able to join us last week, but got dehydrated and had to make sure his health was okay at the time.
I mean, it's just like we got so dizzy, and the cold shower. The idea you had, Harris, taking the cold shower, constrict all the blood vessels, shoot blood back in my brain, really helped.
Works well in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
All that blood rushes back to my brain. Stops very poor decisions.
Yeah. But I got to be
chugging Pedialyte all week then.
Just Gatorade. Well, actually, Powerade, sugar-free. Gatorade. Thank you, Modest Traveler. I really do appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shall we keep moving, Sarah? What have you seen this week? Obviously, Nation.
I've been watching Wheel of Time, even though it got canceled. I still wanted to see it, and it's really good. It's like I'm bummed it got canceled, but watched Murderbot, not the latest episode, but I'm caught up on that, and Tulsa King, and which that's so good. My husband loves it. It's like
are you on the second season?
It's really good.
Yeah. I watched through there's only 2 seasons out, right? Or is
Uh-huh.
there?
It's the third
Yeah,
season.
okay.
They
Okay.
just
Yeah.
finished filming it, right?
So I just so I watched the first 2 seasons and my husband loves it. He's like really into it. So yeah, I haven't really been able to get to the movies to see Superman, but I watched some reviews on it, so I kind of know what's going on with it. But I think that's pretty much it, and just regular life stuff, you know.
And David's reminding us.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Farscape. Yes, always Farscape.
We-
And
we
Star
saw
Trek. I'm always watching
3
Star
John
Trek.
Crichtons.
So, yeah. Mhm. Caveman Crichton.
Yeah.
Captain.
We had to sing it a couple times yesterday.
Yes, Harris was
There
doing
was
that.
like Brainiac and Captain Caveman versions of
Yep.
John Crichton and Farscape
Mhm.
on yesterday. That was a
Mhm.
good one.
That's good.
Yeah.
Jay, you seen anything this week?
I just saw Superman. So that was the start.
He has notes.
I know I've got the list. I've rewatched the last season of Strange New Worlds just because the next season is coming out soon. And yeah, I didn't change my opinion on it at all. I also rewatched the last couple of episodes. No, I rewatched the first season of Peacemaker just because the second season's coming out. And I'm halfway through rewatching Resident Alien because the fourth season is about to come out. So I thought I'd rewatch that. And I watched Heads of State with Idris Elba.
Oh, how was it?
John Cena. It's really good.
Okay,
I
cool.
really enjoyed it. So yeah, that was great. So yeah, but yeah, I watched Superman as well, which was fantastic. Well, mostly fantastic. A few bits.
Intrigued.
I can understand why some people don't like it.
It's one that I keep saying I'm going to be intrigued and I'm going to have fun talking about it in 3 weeks whenever I think all of those rosy glasses are gone and we can actually have like a discussion, you know?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm ahead of you on that one then. So, but it's 100% a movie you must go and see at the cinema. It's got to be seen at the cinema. And am I staying in, by the way? Because you guys keep flicking out for me.
You're solid.
Yeah, you're fine.
Sweet. I don't know why I'm losing you guys. So yeah, I keep getting the circle of death, but then you come back straight away. So,
Uh-oh.
so if you say something, I'm going, what? It's because you disappeared for a second.
Aye.
Or I just don't care and wasn't listening. One of those two things.
Usually the latter.
My mind wanders occasionally.
Things
Mostly when
happen.
Stormy's ranting. I'm like, why my wanders?
There are rabbit holes that need to be found sometimes. You know? This week for me, though, I saw 28 Years Later again. I saw the new episode of Stick on Apple TV. I did not watch Murderbot, Resident Alien, or Foundation yet, so I need to catch up on those. And then I guess I saw Jurassic World again, and besides that was Superman. Yesterday, or not yesterday, 40X on Thursday. So, shall we jump into the Superman of things?
Go right ahead.
Sure.
Okay. Shall we start with what you? Are you guys all right with spoilers? Because I won't.
We got the spoilers tag up, so yeah.
I'm cool with spoilers. I've already been watching spoiler stuff, so.
Cool. David.
I'll end up watching Superman when I can, I don't know, shoplift it out of Walmart or something.
I said David Corenswet is excellent. I honestly think he's the best Superman since Christopher Reeve. He's that good.
Dude, that's high praise.
I think he's better. I love Henry Cavill as Superman, but this is a very different Superman. And I actually prefer a more humanized version of Superman than the very like godlike Superman we got in the Zack Snyderverse. And I just think I don't know him from anything. What's he been in before? This guy, I don't know him from anything.
Twisters was the most recent thing because he was a secondary character in Twisters.
Okay, I don't remember him there, but I'll watch it again.
Zero idea.
I've seen him in a film and really paid attention to him. I'm sure I'll see him in other things.
And he was a support actor in Twisters, really?
Yeah, he was Anthony Ramos's second. He was like the fourth lead.
Oh my God! I got to go back and watch that again.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't remember that
Okay.
at all, but obviously, yeah, if she's a supporting actress, sometimes you don't. How many times have you done that though? You see a movie with somebody starred, then you watch a film from years ago. That's that guy
Yeah.
from the
It's
thing.
That Leonardo meme just
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that.
He was
That guy from that thing.
he was the guy that beat up the bartender and whatever. And yeah, it's just
Oh, you know what? I haven't really thought about this part at all, but Bob brought it up. I've heard that Ma and Pa Kent were horribly miscast and don't act like real people. You know what? I hadn't thought about that till you said that, but I 1,000% agree. It felt like James Gunn has never been to the South and was like, let me just make someone really country and I read a phone on a table like this. Oh my God. It felt like a caricature of actual human beings. And I do find a little bit of offense to that, if I'm being honest.
well. Let's see.
You live in Texas.
born
You're
in
not allowed to
Texas,
take
right?
offense at anything. What are you on about? I thought you were supposed to be.
Well, I know how to read a damn
normally,
phone.
if you take offense at something, you shoot it, don't you? In Texas. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's most effective and efficient way, but sometimes.
Mark Kent could not be in this movie and you wouldn't even notice. Mark Kent could have just gone out for shopping and you wouldn't notice. Pa Kent is brilliant. But he's an actor I love. And that scene when they're sat on the porch and he's telling them about, look, you don't have to be what your parents want you to be, or you don't have to look, our parents are here to give you the tools to go out and make your own mistakes and blah, blah, blah. That is a genuinely emotional scene. And Pa Kent was excellent in it. Fair enough, he might not be from Minnesota or where the fucking hell is supposed to be from. But I don't care about that. It's well acted, well written. But Mark Kent, I will agree with you. The only thing I kept looking at was, is that a wig? And that was the only thing I thought about that character at all.
I was like, that's a toupee right there.
Yeah, I think it might have been a wig. Other than that, though, I thought the Pa Kent, they're not in it much, are they? They're in it like 5 minutes, so who really cares? But the guy that plays Pa Kent is very good, I thought. But I'm not going to be from there. Hey, don't about the South. I don't give a shit about that. I thought they nailed it. So, do you know another character that could not be in this film at all and you wouldn't notice? Lois Lane. And if she wasn't in it, you would barely care. Obviously, there's a few bits in it, but really, it's not like Lois in The Snyder, in like Man of Steel and whatever, who felt like really central to the story.
Mm-hmm.
In this, she's just sort of like there, I felt. If they'd have cut her out, you'd have been like, is Lois supposed to be in this? But other than that, you wouldn't really notice. She's just not very important to the movie, I suppose.
The only thing I guess she technically does is provide transportation for the Daily Planet crew in that third act.
Yeah, she doesn't really affect the story.
No, because I actually think she has the second best performance acting-wise in the whole movie, right behind Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, which we'll get to. But yeah, now that you're saying it, Mr. Terrific did everything that. If it was simply just Mr. Terrific, we wouldn't have needed Lois Lane for this movie.
Yeah, and to be fair, Mr. Terrific's a boring ass character as well.
What?
I know he's supposed to be stoic,
Oh,
but
debate.
he takes stoic to a whole other freaking level. I mean, he is stoic to the point of being in a coma. I just don't like the character. I like the actor. It's fair enough, but honestly, he could be not in it.
He's very stoic, but he has some of the funniest lines in there too.
He's very important to the story. Basically, the whole world would have been destroyed if it wasn't for Mr. Terrific.
True.
But yeah, he's not. I don't know. I thought out of the Justice Gang, which we can talk about them calling it the Justice Gang in a minute, I think is actually genius, even though it's really annoying in the film. Hawk Girl was just annoying. Okay, stop going rah. Do you know the goats in Love and Thunder, where the first time you do it, you go, that thing. And
I
the
hated
third
that.
or fourth time you go, and if they do that one more time, I'm going to freaking lose my mind. And they just kept doing
Think
it.
about that at all, and now I'm not going to be able to not think about that.
Right.
Like that.
Yeah.
I hated it from the first time. It was a horrible noise.
It is a horrible noise. It's like fingernails down a chalkboard.
Mhm.
But Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner is freaking amazing. He's so good. He steals the movie in lots of ways, to be honest. He's brilliant. I loved him very much. But I love Nathan Fillion in almost everything. You know, like honestly, he could have had almost no lines in this movie, and I just still loved him. And the haircut, which looks so stupid, but is comic book accurate. Only he could have pulled that off. Anybody does. He's brilliant. Yeah.
So I agree with Corn Sweat being awesome in here. I don't know about like best Superman since Christopher Reeve necessarily. I think best Superman movie probably since that era. Excuse me. But do you agree with? I would actually put him as the 6th best performance in his own movie. I think best performance was Lex Luthor, Nick Holt. Second best was Eddie Gathegi.
Brilliant.
Second best was Lois Lane, Rachel Brosnahan, even though I guess she realistically didn't have a whole bunch to do. Performance-wise and chemistry-wise, I think someone brought that up earlier. David was talking about the chemistry. That was great. That was excellent, at least.
Yeah, they did work together.
Yes, very well. And then I would say Eddie Gathegi is terrific, had the 3rd best performance. And then I would say Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho and Fillion as Guy Gardner all had better performances than Corn Sweat as Superman. But that's because Superman's also that he's not much more than one note, and that past the one note that you get is always expected. Does that make sense? Because I still think he did a great job.
It's a character we know, and I thought he nailed the character that we know. But yeah, to be Superman, you are a little bit limited on where you can go with it in some ways. But as I said, I thought he brought out a human side of Superman that we've not seen in a very long time, and I loved that about the movie. And I know some people have jumped on that to go, it's woke, and it's not. It just works. And him saying that, you know, when James Gunn said this film's about humanity, he nailed it. And the chemistry, I would actually say, much better than the chemistry between Lois and Superman. The chemistry between Superman and Lex in this film was just brilliant. And honestly, this is Nicholas Holt's best performance.
Really? Okay, now I gotta go. I gotta do calculus and go see this.
Yeah. Well, for one, he bulked up quite a bit for this. I mean, he's a fair bit bigger than I've seen him before. I mean, from a muscular point of view, he's bulked up. He is so intimidating as Lex. It really worked. But also, a total weasel in every way you can imagine him being a total wiener.
Total weasel. You heard it here first.
Yeah, awesome. He's a wiener. He's an envious little turd, but he's quite an intimidating, envious little turd. So he's excellent. I loved him. What did you think about Nicholas Hoult in this? I thought he had the performance of the film, to be honest. He killed it.
Oh, I think he's the best actor performance-wise in the film, easily. I don't know if it's his best performance overall, but it's. I'm trying to think of the one that's better, and it very well might be, honestly. It's in the conversation at the very, very least. But it will be a Nick Hoult love fest because he's so good. So good. The menu might, I don't know. It depends on the type of context we're talking about for a film, I guess. But it was just phenomenal. The only thing that frustrated me in the entire movie about Lex Luthor was, I don't care how upset the man is, he ain't going to shed a tear. Lex Luthor would not shed a tear.
I'm going to disagree with you. I know that's rare, and I never disagree with anything Harris says. I feel like sometimes it's almost like my mission in life to sit here and go, no. I think in the situation where he has lost everything, in the way he's lost it, and because he's such a weasel, I could see him crying.
Contextually, it made sense. For the character at hand, it did not. I can't imagine Obadiah Stane crying, and this is a very similar, I guess, character to that. I can't imagine Norman Osborn crying. I think, and Lex Luthor paved the way for those other two characters to even exist. with the context of the film, I see why they did it. But for the actuality of what Lex Luthor is, he's too calculated and cunning. Whether this happens or not, he's already planning out his next move. He's not taking a second to tear up about it. You know, it was kind of my thought process.
Right at the end, I think he would. Right, the Norman Osborn example. He was an egomaniac. He wasn't doing it because he was envious or afraid. I think unless this Lex shows that he's afraid of Superman, and not Superman necessarily, but of what Superman represents, he's afraid of. And I actually think he's not like that egomaniac that sort of like Norman Osborn or whoever was. His behavior is very much a Weasley behavior. He's envious. He's greedy still. So when all that is taken away, it breaks him. And I think that moment is supposed to show that it breaks him. Whereas Norman Osborn, because he's an egomaniac, would behave very differently. I think he'd just get angry if things were taken away from him. So I think that, again, that makes sense in the character, which I know where you're coming from. He probably should have got angry, maybe not shed a tear, but I just think it again showed things. And I tell you what, if he's in the next one, we're going to see the criminal, which is yay. So I know where you're coming from, but I thought it worked in the moment myself.
Contextually, it does work for the film. I just don't think it works for the character at large, you know. But for the film itself, in the context that was given, 1,000%. I rolled nonetheless. But you know.
Okay. What for you is the worst bit of the movie? And I've got an answer for this. What is the one bit of the movie that made you go, for God's sake?
Well,
the one?
Best thing of this video is if you listen to B-Sides, y'all. Come on, chat.
Yeah.
But the worst part was the most James Gunn bit. # super shit.
Yeah, no, that was a bit. Oh no, the monkeys is shit. Right. So in this prison, there's that old saying about if you give 1 million monkeys 1 million typewriters, eventually they'll write Shakespeare. So in this, there's hundreds of thousands of monkeys on YouTube and thingy just writing shit about Superman.
Making up like hashtags and all kinds of different bad things.
It's stupid. So you wouldn't need the monkeys in social media. It doesn't matter if you do the greatest things on earth, somebody will talk shit about you because somebody will be, you could be the nicest person in the world and somebody on YouTube will go, yeah, they're too nice, don't like them. And slag them off.
The reason that annoyed me is Monk almost kind of hit it on the head here. So this is James Gunn, anti-James Gunn movie, is because obviously James Gunn is still, there's not a CEO on the face of this planet that reads Twitter as much as James Gunn. I think he might even read it more than the CEO of Twitter, and I really would not be surprised if that was accurate. 1 to 10, how James Gunn is it? We'll get to there, Monk. But the thing that annoyed me about the monkeys was, okay, obviously he's making a meta comment about him not liking all the trolls online, but in doing so, he's made a comment about commenting about them in a movie. He is shit posting on a big bulletin board instead of tweeting online, and it's a giant just oxymoron that is the definition of hypocritical. And like in the middle of the film, you're like, this adds nothing. It's a quick chuckle, and then you think about it for a second, and you're like, James Gunn, rein yourself in just a little bit. I know you had to as a CEO of the company as well as the director of the film. Rein yourself in right there, because if you want to find something to...
Let me ask you about the humor in this movie then. Do you think it was over the top, or do you think he did rein himself in?
I think he reined himself in a lot. I think the humor worked.
Yeah. I think there's two things in this film that James Gunn absolutely nailed. And one is the music, which I think he almost always does. The use of the music in this film is excellent. He's got the Superman theme tune, which is iconic, and he uses it in 5 or 6 different ways throughout the movie that really, really worked. But the other thing I think was the humor. He just nailed it. There's just enough humor in there that you laugh out loud a few times, but it's not Love and Thunder. Do you know what I mean?
Thank God.
Yeah, he reined it in quite a bit. So I have no idea how he's going to bring Batman into this. eventually.
We're not.
But I worry about James Gunn doing a Batman movie. My worst bit, the bit that made me genuinely go, oh, for fuck's sake, is when Superman genuinely is in the middle of fighting this building-sized dragon and he saves a squirrel. It's just stupid. The whole dragon thing, full stop, is stupid. They let out this little dog-sized dragon in the night, and by the morning, it's the size of a freaking building. No context, no understanding why that happens or why they did it. But it's a freaking but the thing's crushing things, and he sweeps in and saves a freaking squirrel. It is a kaiju. It is a kaiju.
In this well-lived world with all these metahumans, all these superheroes, all these things happening that have been happening for the entirety of human history, it seems like, in this world. And we know, I guess it's Metropolis, not New York, but Metropolis is essentially New York plus, you know, like it doesn't not have a whole bunch of superheroes in it. You're telling me that thing kept growing and going through the streets all night and not a single soul tried to stop it? They didn't send a SWAT team for it at some point?
Yeah. When they saw it was 7 foot tall earlier in the morning and it was like 90 feet tall by night. Yeah, and nobody, so, this is a problem. We should probably do something about that. No. We'll wait till it's building sized. And then we'll do something about it. Oh, there's another stupid bit as well. Do you know when the building's falling down and Superman stops it and saves the girl who then drives away? That's not how buildings work. No. If you have one point, even I don't care how strong you are, and a building's coming down, it just goes around that person. It doesn't stop. If it was a piece of metal structure or something, maybe you could like go, oh, and maybe you might have a second. I still think it would just go around it anyway. But it's a little bit stupid. But it's bread and butter for a superhero movie, so I let that one go. My mechanical brain went, I'll be all right. I could almost see Stormy going, that's not how physics works. But
F equals ma, force equals the mass times acceleration, and even though you're trying to stop a building that's coming down, you're applying X amount of force to make that falling object static. However, the ends of the building that's coming down are also accelerating. So you're pointing the force at a specific point. So unless you've got some sort of D&D spell up your sleeve, you cannot apply the force evenly across the surface of the falling object.
I like how they brought the hypno glasses from the comic book. I did like it. So that's how people see him differently, and Guy Gardner tells us. But the way Guy Gardner tells us is brilliant. It's so funny.
That was simple. That was fun. I like that explanation. That was a good one.
That's straight out of the comic books as well, or some of the comic books as well. Mm-hmm. So I like that.
I don't know if you've seen the meme, but my roommate showed me it, and it cracked me up. It's him saving the squirrel, and then it cuts back to Henry Cavill, Superman, whenever he's in the Senate hearing. And the entire building just explodes around him, and he just stands there and doesn't save a soul. Nothing happens. Then here's Corin Scott saving squirrels.
Incinerated. You know, I like that scene because he almost looks disappointed. He's like, oh dear. I think,
oh no.
Everyone's running around on fire going, and he's like,
shucks.
Yeah. There'd have been people outside he could have saved, to be fair. But everyone in that building was incinerated immediately. But yeah, I like that. But no, saving the squirrel was the bit that's the only bit that made me genuinely go, what? And there are bits in this film. I said to you earlier, and when I did my review of it in the week, I said this is a film you're going to love and hate. There will be people that come out of it and sort of like go, yeah, it was alright, I suppose. But if I like how they didn't do an origin story for everybody again, because we've had that a million times. But if you're not a comic book fan, you're going, what the hell is a Green Lantern? Why does Hawkgirl keep screaming? And Mr. Terrific, genuinely, he's called Mr. Terrific. Even though they take the mick out of that in the film, and he pokes fun at himself for being called Mr. Terrific. And there's this one scene where he's got this amazing spaceship, which does look a bit stupid, but this amazing spaceship, and the garage door just opens really, really slowly. And Lawrence Lane goes, you've got a flying saucer, but you can't get a garage door to open quicker. And he's like, I haven't got to that bit yet. And that's one of my favorite bits of the film.
I like that bit.
But yeah, I just think there are moments in this film that are going to stand out for the people that really don't like it, and they're going to like the squirrel moment, and they're just going to go. That's just going to underline for them why they don't like the movie. And there's really silly bits in the film at times. But the people that love the film will go, yeah, okay, the squirrel bit was stupid, but this bit was amazing. And you know what I mean? It's like it's gonna divide people, I think.
I'm kind of two minds, or maybe even more than that, with some of those things, especially the squirrel and the monkeys, because those specifically are stupid and dumb and shouldn't be in the movie. And there are better adjectives to use, but simply put, there we are. Nonetheless, and those are the little small things that are like, okay, James Gunn, if you literally just would have not added about 20 seconds in the movie there, 20 seconds in the movie here, that wouldn't even be on people's radar, and you wouldn't have an issue like that at all. Surprise. But he wanted to put those in there. Get it? It's a James Gunn movie. It needs to have some James Gunn aspects to it, sure. I don't think those are going to work very well for the general audiences, and I think those two moments, for just general people, aren't going to be big fans of it. But the big capital B-U-T here is kids. Kids like squirrels, kids like monkeys. That's all they're going to see. They're gonna be like,
kids will love this film. Yeah, I get that. And they won't question the way they capture Crypto, and they insert things in his head, and then how do you subdue a super dog? Pretend it's saving or chasing super squirrels. James Gunn is obsessed with squirrels, by the way. He's got an unhealthy attitude towards squirrels.
It's odd.
But it's just stupid. And Crypto's there running and trying to chase the squirrels. And I'm like, there's better ways to do this. Why is it squirrels again? But yeah. I have
Crypto,
to admit,
though.
Yeah. I love Crypto. I told people last week Crypto is really important to this movie, but I couldn't say why. He is so important in this movie. He's really the thread that holds a lot of it together.
Which is what? Like, how did they end up coming on that thought? Like, I'm glad they did, because Crypto works. It was the biggest hesitation for me going into the movie, but he works. Crypto's great.
Yeah. I didn't, when you first saw the first teaser, and Superman goes, Crypto! And again, I told people that was the start of the movie. I got told, you're a liar, you don't know. And I'm like, no, this is the opening scene of the movie.
Literally the first 2 seconds.
and yeah, so we go, and the first one, just because Crypto comes running up and the snow's going everywhere, and they just do this. But the second one, where you see Crypto jumping on him, he's like, oh, Crypto, stop it, Crypto, you bloody idiot. I'm just like, that's what the Crypto character is like all the way through, and he is brilliant. I hate the super robots. They can F right off, and I'm glad they died, but then came back at the end. But Crypto was brilliant. There's like the one bit another time later on in the movie when he whistles for Crypto, and Crypto's gone through a window of a pet shop and he's eating all the kibble. He's just destroyed the pet shop and he's like, nom, 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 nom. So that's so good.
Those small moments are awesome with them.
Yeah, they really, really nailed Crypto again. It's just, again, James Gunn is a freaking genius. The Guardians of the Galaxy shouldn't have worked. And I mentioned Batman. I'm really worried about Batman. But he will freaking nail that as well. You know he will. Because he seems to know just where the line is, like Marvel used to. Remember when Marvel used to know where the line was? And now the line is a dot to them. They've ran past the line and then dancing over in the silly. They used to know just where the line of silly was and not cross it. And now they're in the next fucking country across from silly, trying to remember what they used to do. And
I don't keep up with Marvel anymore. I mean, I hear like there's movies coming out or there's a new Marvel series or something. It's just like,
watch Daredevil rather than anything else.
I just keep up. It's gotten that bad over in Marvel land, at least for me.
He is looking for someone else to direct Batman. Riddle me this, Jamie. The one thing that I've been kind of hanging my hat on is, observe natural evolution. I'm sorry. I'll go on another 4.5 hour rant.
No, it depends what you wanted. If you want a serious Superman movie, Man of Steel is better. if you want a bit more fun in your movie, this is better. So it depends what you want from the movie, I think, which, well, it's true for any movie, but I loved Batman vs Superman, and it's widely like told that everyone hates it. Other than the why you say that name scene, which is just ridiculous. The rest of the film I love. I think it's brilliant. I love the whole Batman fight until that bit. I love Batman in this film. I love that movie. I like it more than Man of Steel. So it depends on what you want out of the film, is what I'm trying to say. If you want a serious Superman movie, Zack Snyder's is better. If that's what you want out of it. So yeah, I can understand why somebody would say that. My opinion is this is a better film.
I definitely agree. Man of Steel is gutter trash to me. And Batman vs. Superman is at the very bottom of the gutter that was washing and draining into it.
I watched, no, again, Harris, you're wrong. And I'm going to tell you why, and you're going to agree with me. The Flash is much worse. The Flash uses Man of Steel loads, and it's effing. Well, I watched that again midweek because it's on Amazon here, and it's so embarrassing. Honestly, it makes me want to get a cheese grater and salt and just go to town on my testicles. It's so bad. Honestly, and the CGI in The Flash is idiotic. They've got them sat next to each other, talking to each other, and one of the freaking characters is CGI and the other one's a human being. Why did they do that? It's just stupid. They've been doing Freaky Friday or whatever it is, twin things, forever. Why did they keep CGI in the other Flash character? It's stupider than Interstellar.
I don't know if that's the goalpost I use on grading other films.
Well, it should be, because my God, it was awful. If you're heard about this as the bottom of the pile with all other movies, the trash roll of movies going into it like a sewer, it's The Flash.
You know what? I would rather watch than Man of Steel or Batman vs. Superman, though. The Flash. Because
you're an idiot. What have you been drinking?
Well, at least I'm not going to walk away, rolling my eyes and pissed off and in a depressed mood. I'll be like, all right, that was a shit movie. I'll go on with my day. Rather than Man of Steel, I'll be like, oh, those first 25 minutes are amazing. What the hell else happened to this movie?
You would be...
And then Batman vs. Superman is
your expectations for The Flash are here anyway. Your expectations for Man of Steel are here. I get that.
He needs some of those new Foundation Spore hits, that Day uses. Yeah. That's what I think.
No, I will never watch The Flash again. I did it again. You know what I watched it for? Is it really as bad as I remember? I did this. Remember, I watched Highlander 2 a little while ago, and I went, is it really as bad as I remember? And halfway through, or not even halfway through, 10 minutes in, I was like, yes, it is as bad as I remember. And Flash is brilliant again, but I was just waiting for Michael Keaton. As soon as Michael Keaton rocked up, I was like, okay, I'm going to enjoy the next 20 minutes of this. And then I hated it again. I just want to watch the Michael Keaton bit with the good Batmobile in the background.
Yeah,
they had the good Batmobile. I love the Batmobile with the rocket out the back.
It is nice. It is nice.
Yeah, it's my favorite Batmobile. Have I shown you all my other models? I showed you my model last week, didn't I? I'm such a geek. Oh. And I got a proper Batman with it as well. Proper Batman.
There you go.
I've got to stop spending my money on toys.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Millennium Falcon down there.
Well, now you need a Superman Lego.
Mm-hmm.
Or a crypto Lego.
Yeah. No, because I bought the die-cast models instead, so I'm not going to
bother. Did you stay for the 2 post-credit scenes?
I didn't bother with the last one. Can you remind me well, tell us what's in it? We're doing spoilers anyway. Couldn't be bothered.
Well, the first mid-credit scene should have been the actual end of the movie rather than Kara coming in at the end of the movie.
That would have made
because it was literally just Superman and Krypto sitting on the moon looking back down at Earth. Which that would have made sense before Kara came back and got Krypto, because of course Krypto's Kara's dog, So that makes sense. And then the final one should have been the mid-credit scene, and the final credit scene should have been Kara and Crypto. The final one was Mr. Terrific and Superman literally staring at one of the buildings after the rift had been put back together, and they were just like, "This, it didn't go back together right." Because it's got like the facades just a little bit more in front of where the building was, and it was literally a giant nothing burger that they could have used to set up an entire universe. But it was a nothing burger instead.
Yeah, that's stupid.
It was dumb.
Two buildings are ripped apart, and then weirdly, when they're put back together, they didn't quite fit.
And so they spend a minute and a half in the credit scene, just literally the first about 45 seconds of this scene is just.
I would be more bothered about why didn't those buildings fall down when they were literally torn apart? Why did they tear in half? That's what would have been the conversation for me. Because I'd have been like, what happened to physics around this tear? And there was a black hole at the bottom of that. It's the stupidest use of a black hole since feckin' Star Trek, the 2009 Star Trek, where they used it as a time machine, which I know technically it is, but you can't actually fly a ship through you get close to it, you can slow down time. You can't actually fly a ship through a black hole. It's not a feckin' gate. In this, there's a black hole at the bottom of the thing, and evil Superman gets thrown into it. And I'm like, a black hole that big would destroy the Earth. Never mind a black. It was just
a teaspoon of neutron star would destroy the Earth.
Yeah,
a black hole about that big would take out Earth and the Moon, probably Mars, and start draining hydrogen off the sun and destroy the whole fucking solar system. Now,
yeah.
Well, to address two comments.
At what point did you realize that Mr. Ultron, Mr. Ultraman, sorry, that's it, Ultraman, was actually a clone of Superman? At what point did you realize?
The beginning of the movie, whenever the only character that has never been able to fight Superman.
I think that's a clone of Superman. Then they use him to get into the Fortune of Solitude. And they use him to get into, and I'm like, that's definitely a clone of Superman. 100%.
You need Superman's DNA to walk in, and they just literally waltz into the front door?
They even told you he needs his DNA to get in. And then they did the big reveal, and I'm like, no, it's not a big reveal. We all know. You'd have to be an idiot not to realize. I mean, there might be somebody from, the deep south of America going, oh my God, I didn't realize. My neck is really red. I did not know. But other than that, everybody else on this planet knew that it was, and I know I'm mocking America, and I don't care.
Well, see, that's how James Gunn thinks about it, too. And that was my issue with those characters.
No. They're lovely. He's like a big cuddly bear, Pa Kent.
Well, that was the issue. So surface level and so one note. The Pa Kent just annoyed the hell out of me. I was like, okay, so you literally just want a cuddly old fat Southerner, and that's what you're going to, like, there's more to every individual than that. And literally his wife's like, oh, he's just a big soft cuddle bear. Oh, he's just a sweet man. And then he's like, oh, my boy Superman, don't run out of here. I'm like, fuck off. It was so annoying.
What a sweet cuddle bear he is.
I wanted to give the man a cuddle. I wish my dad had put his arm around me and go, oh, I love you, man.
Doesn't that portrayal ruin an actual Ultraman from Crisis on Infinite Earth? Yes. But what it does is set Bizarro up. Because Bizarro at least will be set up from that.
Yeah. Okay, maybe.
Ultraman not smart in the movie. Ultraman just like caveman in the movie. So
maybe.
Yes, the movie was better than Man of Steel. Yes, this movie showed why James Gunn did not put a lot of effort into much here. I think the most effort was weaving Crypto into the storyline. But
I think James Gunn put a crap load of effort into this. I think he really understands the Superman character. I think this film is very, very clever in places. Yes,
I think he understands superheroes, but the black hole and the way it was treated should not have been
I know where they were coming from with it, though. It's what the thinking was: we need a way to kill Superman, and a black hole will do it. So even though he's bound to come back and he won't be dead, but so they needed a way to kill a Superman, and they went black hole. That'll do. 99% of this movie is very clever, and like I said, the way he uses the music, the way he uses comedy, doesn't go too far. I thought it was really clever. And the only thing I like, I kept saying there's just a lot in this film. It really's got pace. There's an awful lot in it. But the way he's done it, by saying things like the Justice Gang instead of Justice League, it gives them lots and lots to go into later. There's an awful lot still to do with this series. It's very clever the way it's done. They tease in a few little bits. They don't bother with the whole Lois Lane, I love you, Lois. They don't bother with that. They just crack on. But they leave a lot to talk about. And I think that's very clever. I think he's really thought through not just this movie, but he's probably thought through the next 5 movies, which Zack Snyder didn't do.
No, but I agree with that. I think it's clever in the sense of characterization. I don't think it was. I think every character needed about another 5 minutes of screen time to actually give somebody a story arc somewhere. Nathan Fillion's the only one with an actual story arc in the movie.
Yeah,
like he's the only character that actually has a story arc.
Yeah, you better know what a Green Lantern is.
Yeah,
but Hawk Girl, that could have been just one line, couldn't it? Yeah, my mama was a hawk, and my daddy was a redneck from Minnesota. It's like anything. But they didn't bother.
I think the cleverness ends at the characterizations, though, because I think this movie is lessened by the lack of willingness to actually give any of the characters character arcs. I guess Lex Luthor has a bit of a character arc, but it's the exact one that you expect prior going into the movie. Fillion's the only one that has a character arc that's like, all right. And if you know Guy Gardner, you don't not expect that character arc either. You're like, okay, he's gonna do something good at the end of the day. Of course, he's not gonna just be. The rest of it just feels so surface level, and like he didn't think about the movie. He was thinking about the world at large, which is necessary for starting a universe. But I think this is going to be the conversation we're having 3 weeks from now when people are like, oh yeah, that's a movie. Sets up a lot of cool stuff, and there's a lot of cool things that happen in it, but nothing really happens inside of the movie. It starts exactly where it ended, or it ends exactly where it started. But now Superman and Lex Luthor have met, and Metropolis got kind of put back together, but they did evacuate everybody in time, so nothing really happened. It's a giant nothing burger of a film that all it does is set up. It's like the Daredevil, Born Again, where at the end of the season you're like, what? We're ending on that. I think this was a decent end like that, but the film itself feels like that, where we're like, we're going to end up saying,
yeah,
really? There's no substance.
It does that a lot, but the one character that I thought they really treated badly was Kara at the end. You basically see Supergirl. It's Kara, isn't it?
Kara Zor-El.
Yeah, Kara. And she comes in, basically she's a party girl or whatever. And I thought, like, no, that's not the character. She was sent to Earth as the protector for Superman. That's what the character is. She's supposed to be there. She was supposed to be there to she's supposed to have arrived before him, isn't she? And she's supposed to be to protect him as a baby sort of thing, but she ended up turning up late instead. I don't know why they did that with the character, making her come in and look drunk sort of thing. I don't know why they did that.
I think I have an inkling because I actually kind of like that. It's not the character that we expect, but I was thinking, okay, her thought process is, Crypto, go make sure Superman's okay. Hey, take care of my dog, but also my dog's taking care of you. He's a super dog. He's your back.
They did look after my dog. I'm going on the lash.
That's and that's definitely like what they're going for, because they're trying to make a little joke out of it as well. But I think there's would be, or if it had a few more minutes of screen time, we could have gotten, and Crypto watch your back too, right? It would just be a little simple, quick line. I do like that she goes to party on planets with the red sun, so she can kind of actually be that party girl and not have to come back to Earth and just, be her sober Supergirl self. She's like, I want to go party.
One sec. Third drawer down on the right. Sorry.
Let's talk about ancient astronauts for just a bit.
The thought process there, though, is this sets her up to maybe not agree with whatever Superman is doing 100%. Maybe isn't just a talking piece for Superman or like just backing him up on everything he does. I think this kind of sets up a good differentiation between the two. And I don't necessarily want to see Kara end up as a anti-hero to some degree, but I think this opens up an avenue to put Lobo in her movie a little more easily, because she might have a little bit of questionable decision making, and so on and so forth. So it would open up an avenue for them to take it that way, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do it to a degree before they actually bring, because Supergirl being Superman's next villain would be.
No,
I could see something.
No, I don't think that's what they've done. I'm going to disagree with Harris again, you idiot.
What?
I think they've done.
Boy, this turned hateful. We need to get back to that woke model we were talking about.
Yes.
I don't think she's going to be a villain. I don't think she's going to be an anti-hero or anything like that. I think what they've done is they've almost precursored the fact that she's a little bit broken. She's got weaknesses already. And then that will be what, like, they've humanized Superman in lots of ways. They're humanizing Supergirl, and they're creating that she's already got a weakness, sort of thing, or whatever. She's not godlike. And that's what I was thinking. Zack Snyder's Superman, he was godlike. And that's kind of very much the storyline they had throughout the movie, in that he was almost being, they were praising him, sort of thing, treating him like a god. In this movie, they've humanized him a lot, and I think this is just a way to humanize her before the film. That's my take on it. I don't love how they did it, but if you've only got like 30 seconds to sort of set something up, that's how they've done it.
That's why you give her the 2-minute post credit.
Yeah,
and not Mr. Terrific looking at a building with Superman.
A little hint I can give you is they've changed the end of that movie, and they changed the post-credit scenes a couple of months ago. So I think she was more of a post-credit scene initially, and they changed it. I don't know why. That happens with films a lot. They brought her in before the post-credit scenes, and that's maybe why the post-credit scenes are a bit crap. I'm not sure they certainly knew quite what to do with it. The mid-credit scene is nothing.
Oh, it's just 3 seconds. It's just boop.
Yeah, pointless, completely pointless. I'm glad I didn't bother hanging around for the post-credit scene, to be honest. But
yeah,
somebody needed a wee, and for once, it wasn't me. I peed in the book.
The crawl. The one thing that I saw people kind of upset about before the movie was that, Superman's going to have an opening crawl. And it's not an opening crawl, and like this, people we're thinking Star Wars opening crawl, but there is an opening crawl, more so just a few words coming on screen. Did you like entering into the new DC like that?
Yeah.
I did too. I thought it was simple and
I think it was. They didn't do an origin story. Instead, they just went, this happens, this happened, this happened, this happened. Let's get on with the movie. And yeah, I thought that worked. Let's get on with it.
Awesome. It was like 3 years ago, Superman showed himself off to the world. 3 months ago, this happened. 3 weeks ago, this happened. 3 hours ago, this happened. And 3 minutes ago, Superman lost the fight. You see the whistle for crypto kind of deal. Yeah. Which is, it was cool. It was a good way.
Yeah, it was good. So what was your favorite? If there's one bit of the movie you can say that was my bit of the film that I like, and have you got one?
Was it the end credits?
Not this time, thankfully. That's what I was expecting, but no, thankfully. I don't know if it'd be my favorite, but I really did like Anthony Kerrigan while he's holding over Superman as his jailer. And then him going through it's, I mean, again, it's surface level. He sees one thing and changes his mind, you know, and then, all right, let's help Superman and do something crazy. Very surface level, but I like the heart behind it.
I'm going to disagree.
Really?
Of course he does.
He very clearly doesn't want to do it.
Oh, of course. Of course.
That was one thing that made him go, what the hell am I doing? And so I thought that was quite real. He was like, I don't want to do this, but he's got my baby. The baby was stupid, by the way. It's almost as bad as the babies in The Flash. He's got my baby, but I really, really don't want to do this. And he forms kryptonite to like cripple Superman. But he's there. But you can see why he's like his head's down. He's obviously clearly ashamed of what he's doing, but he
doesn't want to be talked to.
And that one thing, an innocent man getting murdered in front of him, is enough to make him go, you can save my child. All right, let's do this. And then his panic when Superman doesn't heal straight away, I thought actually was really good.
That was good.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that. Well, I can make a son. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% certain about that bit. Even though it was very good on the thing. I do wonder about all the people in the cells around him might have got blinded.
Yeah, that baby's never going to see again.
Yeah. But no, that was there was genuinely a couple of emotional bits for me. And again, it was the use of the music. When he stops that building and then it collapses, but then he comes up through the the bellowing thing and it just goes da, 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 as he sort of appears. I was genuinely like, go kill some bad people. Superman. But the bit
See, I was still focusing on that point of because he catches the building, and you want to talk about physics. I understand he can catch himself and make his own kind of, I guess, pocket little wind or whatever to step off of, but he catches the building like this with all four. He literally is like hogtied to the building essentially, all four legs up, and I'm like, or 4 legs, both arms, both legs up, and I'm like. The ground's right there. If you push off the ground, you're strong enough to push the building back and do what you're trying to do, but instead you're just laying in the air. It was just I was focusing on that bit a little bit much.
Well, I like that movie. The bit that genuinely got me though, and I was actually a little emotional about, was when the kids raised the flag and it's
that was
Superman,
great.
Superman. I'm there going, lump in my throat.
That was great. The one thing that I did eye roll just a little bit about that was they didn't, and I don't want to be like hurt the other people to prove that they're gonna actually do it. But the what was it? Jarnpur is the country being invaded, and Baravia is the country that is invading. The Baravian president's like, kill those Jarnpurians, like take them all out.
Yeah, I'd like to have seen them actually get a few.
And then they actually break down the fence that is like the country border, and they're like, "Oh, we won't shoot any of them. We'll just shoot their big equipment and drive right past them." I'm like, there's not much saving that needs to be done.
Build a wall. Build a wall. The Jehavians was like, build a not very tall chainmail fence against our enemies, who are definitely got big tanks. Like, a chainmail fence, you can do better than that, surely. And then why did all of them stand in a very open space with pitchforks and axes? And I'm like, you're clearly going to get slaughtered. Even I know this, and you're going to get slaughtered.
I hate asking for it to happen.
With a MIDI gun, dead. It's not very clever.
Well, I hate asking for it to happen, but the stakes didn't feel like they were rising in that moment.
Yeah.
It felt like, okay, we'll send in Green Lantern and it'll all be good. And those were funny moments. I really did like him doing all the stuff with the tank and all the fingers and just swatting the tanks around. It was pretty fun. The flipping off the tank into it was awesome.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more. the humanity was lost around that, just because it didn't show the depravity of humanity that was actually happening in the moment, I think.
I'm going to share a picture on my YouTube channel because my grandson, a couple of days ago, I took him out and he flipped me off. A couple of times. He probably gave me the bird. And then I was watching this movie, it just made me go, that's like my grandson. I'll share it now.
So when are they going to start speaking about the good? We have as well.
Right.
It was called the credits, the credit roll. It had scenes not really related to anything else.
No, the action is brilliant. The kaiju is a bit silly, but the action to defeat the kaiju is excellent. Other than the way Mr. Terrific actually then killed it, I thought that was a bit silly. But the action is excellent. Lex Luthor is another flipping level. He is so good in this. Superman is genuinely brilliant in this. Lois Lane is good. I just don't think she had the impact that they were hoping. And the chick with the glasses, who's always in the background, had really big boobs, and they bounced around quite a lot. I'm sorry, but they just did. I'm not a sexist pig. Don't even say it.
Pig.
I thought you were gonna say Eve Tessmacher, and then I was like, oh, no. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I think her name is Mrs. Knockers. I think that's her name. Mr. and Mrs. Knocker. Probably. But they bounced around like she kept running around for no reason. And they were just like, so that was a good bit. I like that bit. Shut up, Harris. Sorry.
Well, no, I was honestly thinking about the guy that's standing next to her the whole time. I love the actor, but I can't even try to mock his voice or mimic his voice. The guy that just has that, I can't even try to mock the voice. He's only there for his voice. He might physically be there on screen to be a member and worker of the Daily Planet, but he's only there to have a mustache and say funny things.
A moustache.
Yes.
That's the way you pronounce it. Moustache.
Mustache.
Yeah. That's the correct pronunciation. Moustache.
Oh. I didn't hear anything else.
Longer to goatee. Yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Honestly, on the whole, and as we said earlier, as well, the humor, I laugh out loud. Nathan Fillion is hilarious in this. And there's a few other scenes that make you. Crypto is adorable, and he makes you laugh out loud a few times. And you Americans have generally got no sense of humor at all. So to make me laugh out loud in a movie is very clever of you. Normally, if I'm laughing at an American, it's actually because they're Canadian. So I think that. I'm sorry, I'm being facetious. No, actually, am I? Most of your funniest people are Canadian. But
hell no, we got the funniest comedians on the planet. Y'all have a handful of amazing ones.
You've got Chris Rock and Chris Hart. And a few years ago you had what's his name? Carlin. You had Carlin.
George Carlin?
Yeah, just Carlin.
Robin Williams, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle.
Eddie Murphy did one brilliant live, and then he became a movie star.
Okay, well, if we're talking about people that are funnier than most British people that add one brilliant live, Jamie Foxx?
No, I could throw a stone and hit somebody funnier from my living room than Jamie Foxx. Great actor. I love him as an actor. He's not that. He's not a comedian. We've got people like Billy Connolly, who I'm sorry, is funnier than anybody you've ever put on screen.
Oh, Billy Carlin's awesome. Give me some Jimmy Carr any day. But
John Bishop, Michael McIntyre. Michael McIntyre is the best comedian on the planet right now. He's better than everybody.
I'm still leaning heavy toward Susie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard, unfortunately, was very, very funny until about 10 years ago, and then he stopped being funny. And he also stopped being a man, which is also fun. But the whole thing was.
What was the movie he was in? It was he played he started playing serious characters, and he was really good at it. Was it?
I tell you what, he was in a TV series. He was in with Hannibal, and he played a serial killer. And I wish they'd been off.
Yeah, that and was he in Murder in the Orient Express?
I don't remember him being
He's
in that.
done some really good dramatic roles.
The other one,
his art in it, like that's going to be chintzy, but it wasn't.
I think it was called Roots or something like that. He did. They only ever got 2 seasons. It was something like that. He was in a series with Minnie Driver, and again, he was brilliant in it. He was so good. I love Eddie Izzard. But his first few things with, and in the Noah's Ark film, Noah would be played by James Bond and by Sean Connery, and he's there going, "Oh, I'm a motorboat with a thing," and then the lens. It's just funny. But then he did a live a few years after that called Circle, and he genuinely had a joke where they had Jesus, but Jesus was actually the 5th or 6th version, because first of all they had Azus, Beezus, Caesar, Deezus, and then Jesus. And now you're laughing, but it's not funny.
Well,
When it is yard is shit, you're still funnier than all you Americans.
Well, that's because Robin Williams sadly passed away.
Robbie Williams was genius funny when he was funny, but he went over the top and was silly a lot of the time as well.
I got to meet Robin Williams once.
Oh, that's amazing.
It was I was riding my bicycle near
Lee Evans.
Golden Gate Park in San Francisco, and he had a house nearby. And what I thought was a small gorilla on a bicycle pulled up. And I just looked over, and he just smiled real big, and I just said, "Hey," and I rode off one direction, he rode off on another. That was it. That was my run-in with Robin Williams.
I see clips of him on talk shows, and when he gets going,
oh dear God, yeah. I he was out of breath because I think he just came up this really big tall hill. Yeah. But
he's still one of my favorite. Nanu. Was it Nanu?
Yeah.
It's still genius.
But God, he was hairy.
And good morning. And again, you're talking about comedians that do serious roles. Nobody did better than Robin Williams. You look at Good Morning Vietnam, Good Will Hunting. He stole that movie, Good Will
Bicentennial Man. But what's the one where he plays the villain with the blonde hair? That's really good.
24-hour photo or something,
yeah. I forgot about that. Who else is in that 24-hour photo? That was a great film. That is a great film. Bicentennial Man is awful. What the hell are you talking about? I quite like the one where he goes to heaven, though, even though it's too long. Whatever that was called. Then he has to go to hell.
Insomnia. That's what I was thinking of.
No,
1 hour photo is awesome too. Insomnia is insane.
There was one movie he did. Is it a serious movie? Is called Jacob the Liar. Oh my God! It'll just rip your heart out. It of course it's about the Holocaust in Europe, and it
wasn't Insomnia.
Dead Poets
Society.
Not remember.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Jacob the Liar never really got a lot of love at the box office, but if you see it on streaming, definitely take a look. Because have some tissues. It's a fucking Holocaust film, but I mean, you really, I mean, he's got range, but oh my God, that was a movie that was just
right,
really, really great. But it was really
Robin Williams was in Insomnia, which I'd forgotten, but he's also in a film called 1 Hour Photo.
Oh yeah.
He plays a very similar character, to be fair. Right, just checked where he plays this serial killer, isn't he, with the thing and the
Well,
he's
just
more of the star. Al Pacino's more of the star.
To put this comedy bit to bed here, I will quote.
This is a laughing matter. What are you talking about?
I will quote a very British show, Taskmaster, and in the most recent season, it's not even holding a candle who was the funniest out of everybody there. Matthew Baton might have won, and he's damn funny and awesome himself, but Jason Mantzoukas was the funniest person on that stage every single episode by far. The American inside the British show proved who's funny.
I'm going to have to look him up.
Enjoy the most recent season of Taskmaster. The most recent episode just finished. Yes, he is. You'll recognize his voice immediately.
I know
He's got
him from acting. He wasn't the funniest person on that show at all.
this season. Oh yeah, they're all funny. Fatiha, Rosie, Matthew Baton, and Jason Mantzoukas were all funny. Of course, Alex Horn and the guy that hosted as well. But
Little Alex Horn.
yeah, I love that so much. This was also the first season of Taskmaster I ever watched. Which
Right.
I've been
I'm going to say, we've got
delving in.
very different senses of humor because I just thought he was a bit silly. You have seasons with like Jack D, and he's funny. I like that actor. Don't get me wrong, and I liked him. I've liked him in things I see him in, but I didn't think much of him on Taskmaster at all.
Just go back and see how much more the people in the audience and the people on stage are smiling whenever it's a Mantzoukas task versus anyone else's. That's all that needs to be done.
Yeah, I mean, he might have been good in the thing, but on stage, I don't think he was funny at all. But that doesn't put the funny thing to bed anyway, because, like I say, that series has got a million other British comedians. You know, when they keep putting Aussie comedians on occasion or New Zealand comedians, and I'm generally like, you're so out of your depth. And they put them next to British comedians that have been like Frank Skinner.
Well, he got second place.
Yeah, and I was like, you are in the wrong place. You're going to get destroyed by Frank Skinner, who's, one of the funniest men we've produced in a long time. And but yeah, no, that doesn't put anything to bed. Your country.
I have to leave, you guys. So
okay, bye.
Bye. I know I contributed so much today, but anyway. All right. See you on Wednesday. We'll be here Wednesday.
To be rational here, and
Yeah.
you were, and now you're going to be left to our own device.
Stargate Outpost Wednesday.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, bye.
See
Bye.
I love you. Bye. 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 Your country is much, much bigger than ours, and we produce far more scientists, far more comedians, far better actors, and better engineers, and we're just better.
Far
It's
more
not
comedians.
great
Yeah,
to
the others might have some validity, but the far more comedians is a definite no.
No,
And the ticket sales, the global ticket sales that each of these touring comedians have from both things will actually
Lee
tell you what happens.
Evans has the world record. So do not think Lee Evans and Peter Kay both have the world records for tours and people going to ticket sales. So don't give me shit.
There was a comment somebody I had heard, this was a few years ago, made to me that was like, why are all these Brits coming over here winning our TV and movie awards for? What are they doing that for? And that's because we no longer, oh dear God, it's because we don't teach art really anymore. I mean, if you want to take like drama classes, there's very few high schools anymore that teach drama.
Rule
And or anything.
Britannia rules everything.
So, I mean, other countries take the arts much more seriously than we do.
And we're just bad.
Yeah, I was about to say that was not true. Jeff Dunham is the one that's outsold anyone. Jeff, the ventriloquist guy, an American ventriloquist, outsold
really
anybody.
Is that the guy with the racist Middle Eastern?
That's Jeff Dunham with the puppet with Waller.
That's not winning any awards.
No. Ticket sales though.
I heard somebody refer to him as the good old American folksy form of racism. Or did that nail it?
Yeah, Kevin Hart's above those as well. And as Popcorn says, everyone knows that British comedians are right up there with British cooking.
Which is better than everyone else's. Okay, I'm with you. I've got 100%.
I don't know how to cook. You just stole it from everyone else.
And we put it together and fused it and made it better. What? Sorry, an American talking about culinary arts is really taking the piss. You're in a glass house throwing bricks all over the freaking place.
We're in a glass Waffle House. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Hey, and that Waffle House is a damn good time.
What American food actually is there?
There's not a Waffle. I think I got to drive 3 miles to hit a Waffle House. Or
There's
3 hours.
not one for like 300 miles out here. It's depressing.
I mean, I think there's one maybe in Albuquerque.
Do you know the best American food is freaking Mexican? But thanks to your government, you're not going to get any more because they're building a wall. So you won't have any more Mexicans.
Well,
so
we've
who's going to make
smuggled
the
enough
burritos?
tortillas over here to Las Cruces, I think, to weather the storm.
I think the level of upset here is all I need to.
In
that's
New
my
Mexico,
point.
New Mexico
Pancakes,
is the
bacon,
world
egg,
leading
maple syrup, and the
location.
maple syrup comes from Canada.
Yeah,
you cannot say your culinary things is better than ours.
We got the best chilies in the world. We're the world's greatest chili grower.
I will put myself against Michelin chefs in Britain any day.
This just dissolved.
You need to go to a Michelin star.
You see, as soon as Sarah leaves, this is what we get: backbiting, punching. Jeez.
I can't wait to go bring Jay to all the restaurants that he needs to visit here, and this will put it to bed. We'll put a little GoPro on him while he's eating, and we'll make a mukbang.
Yeah.
JK.
I'm just trying to find out who's got the most Michelin stars in the world.
Oh God.
Statistica. What? Michelin stars by countries. Countries with the most. Let's have a look at images.
That was hyperbole, of course. I am no Gordon Ramsay, but the average chef in both places.
Actually, to be fair, you've got more Michelin stars than us as well.
Is that per capita? Is that Michelin stars per capita or Michelin stars?
No, it's just the most. Japan's got the most of 28. America's got 14, but your country is 6 times bigger than ours, so we've got more than you per capita. We've only got 5, apparently. I don't get that because we've definitely got. Gordon Ramsay's got 3, I thought.
So he's got the whole country on his back.
Well,
Yeah.
they fluctuate. Don't they like
Oh.
re-award them or take them away like every couple of years or something like that? It's like a 3 or 5 year cycle.
Yeah, I've just found another one though. The United States has actually got 193 Michelin star restaurants, which actually sounds more like it, and we've got 166. That's more like it because I can name 10 or 12 Michelin star restaurants that I've been to. So yeah, you've got 30 more than us with a country that's 6 times bigger. Well done, America. USA.
I will tell you, I haven't been to a lot of Michelin restaurants, but there was this one place in San Francisco had the best. It was just great. It was a tomato salad. That was it. It was just a tomato salad, but it had all these different species of tomato, and each one was just completely different.
Yep.
Love it. I don't think
chili originate. This is going to say chili, isn't it? Central and South America, chilies come from.
Yeah.
Did tomatoes come from America? I know potatoes did. We wouldn't have the chip if it wasn't for you guys. We love a chip. Thank you very much. You call it, what do you guys call it? Fries. Now, chips are they're thicker. We've got fries as well. Fries are thin and crispy. Chips are.
I called it pommes frites once to the wrong person. I thought I was going to get my lights punched out.
Yeah, you don't say that in America. In Britain. Where did tomatoes originate? Tomatoes.
Tomatoland. Tomatoville.
Where? Tomatoville.
Isn't it
the Andes in South America? You've got literally nothing right in that sentence.
America is a much larger place. When you say America, you're referring to the entire Western Hemisphere.
The Americas. It came from it did come from the Americas.
Yeah, that's a bit big. That's a stretch of land.
Corn.
We're the USA, I guess. We're the states.
And corn came from southern Mexico. So this is what I'm saying.
Look up Hatch chilies. Look up Hatch chilies.
Yeah.
Well, also, if you're gonna hold your hat on that, what food originated from the island of England?
Sheep.
Apples.
Well,
possibly. I don't know.
I was about to say, I don't know about
the chicken tikka masala. I know. What foods originated in England? What foods? The problem is though, we were connected to the mainland of Europe until like 10,000 years ago. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of food that like originated here because we were like connected to it. So it's like oak trees are considered like that's so English, but actually they're all over fucking Europe. In England, but lots of recipes like originated here. The first thing that came up with fish and chips and Yorkshire pudding, and a full English breakfast.
Okay, that's a winner. English breakfast is a winner.
Oh, a Cornish pasty. You can't beat a Cornish pasty. I love a Cornish pasty. Yeah, there's lots of like things that appeared here, but I don't know what. Haggis. Oh god. But yeah, basically everything good in the world started here. And other people like nicked it. So, I mean, do you like flying across America in a nice, lovely jet plane? Jet plane. There's not a Boeing because obviously we'll go straight into a mountain. You're welcome. Do you like watching?
Do you like planes in general? You're welcome.
We invented them.
What do you mean? We got the plane over here. You might have improved it a little bit, but we gave you the blueprints.
Did you guys invent the plane? Actually, where did Orville fly the first plane? Was that in America?
Kitty Hawk, North Carolina.
How to do it.
So okay, I get you that, but we then made it good with a jet engine. So I mean, I said actually didn't say about planes. I said jet engines. Do you like watching television? You're welcome. Do you like talking on the phone? You're welcome.
Who invented the
Did you like trains?
gas compression?
Trains are nice. You're welcome. We invented everything good.
Well,
I think I had an
I'm glad
argument
you
once
were
where
able to
I
invent a
thought we
few
invented the
things over
internet,
the
but
thousands of years of existence rather than a couple hundred and making some good leeway in the meantime.
Yeah, the jet engine, that's a French thing.
Yeah, I was. What? You're taking credit for the French?
George Marcanet, the first valveless pulse jet engine in 1908.
I thought it was Pratt and Whitney.
Pratt and Whitney had they were popular. They made the
was it the first practical? Did we build the first jet plane? Not engine.
I thought, well, don't know about the jet plane.
Was the jet engine?
I know Germany was the first one to put it into warfare.
We had one before.
The Hinkle HE-178.
The world's first viable jet engine was developed in a semi-derelict garage in Lutterworth, Leicester. The location, specifically Laidwood Works, was designed by Frank Whittle. So somebody else might have come up with the idea of it, but it was Frank Whittle that created the first working jet engine. We win. All the best sports in the world were invented here. We invented cricket, which you guys then turned, and then rounders, which you guys took, and then baseball. We children play baseball in this country, and you guys generally think it's a sport. You took rugby and went, oh, that looks a bit scary. Let's put loads of padding on, and made American football. And football, you went, that's the greatest sport in the world. We just won't play it. It's just Americans are useless. You really are useless. But
well, you're not going to say anything.
I'm just trying to wind Harris up, and you can see by his face I'm working. I actually love America. One of my favorite places on the planet is New York. I love New York City.
I was reading the chat.
Just amazing.
I can't stand New York.
And the Grand Canyon. Don't get me wrong, Stormy. I'm never going again. I've been twice. That'll do. The Grand Canyon is the only place in the world I've actually looked at and cried. I cried like a baby.
It Grand Canyon, man. It
got me.
The only thing, I get very emotional about Grand Canyon, and another one is Yellowstone in the winter will change you. In all sincerity, Yellowstone in the winter.
Yosemite got me.
Yeah,
Glacier Park as well.
Astonishingly beautiful. I've only ever cried 5 times in my life, right? As an adult. Once was because of the Grand Canyon, and once I was in Auschwitz, and I could not. I was properly, when we go like that, something crying like that. I was in Auschwitz. I was in bits. I was properly in bits. It was that there's this one thing that you go through, and this is irrelevant to Superman, by the way. We've wandered off from Superman a little bit. There's this one bit. It's like a big warehouse, and it's like, do you know, like in a stables. And also they've got like sectioned off like stalls, but then they've put glass across the front now, so you can't get in there. But it's all the belongings that they took off the Jews before they
just
like
boots and
goblet teeth and folk teeth and wallets and things like this. And then there's just a pile of hats and stuff. And I don't know which one I can't really remember which one it was that got me. It might have been the wallets, I don't know, but it was something that afterwards I thought, why is that the bit that I lost my mind, sort of thing? And it just I think it was the emotion just built up, and then it was just one thing that just cracked me, and then that was me then until I got on the bus and I was still crying about my eyes out, sort of thing. I wasn't the only one, probably the only boy.
If you ever
never want to go
out west, if you're ever out west here in the United States, go to Manzanar.
Yeah,
I think it's the only preserved concentration camp here left after World War II.
was that a
And there's a
Japanese?
fresh one apparently in the Everglades. Fuck. But yeah, these concentration camps. I want to go to Auschwitz someday and Birkenau. I remember I was always dreading the day I met my first survivor of Auschwitz. And there's a guy I met in Berkeley when I was going to the synagogue there. I saw the tattoo on his arm and I just lost it. Because I mean, how can you even put yourself in their shoes? The horrors are so unimaginable. But yet here's this guy.
I would say it's exactly like being forced to watch The Flash. I'm saying it's the same thing.
Well, there's a strike against the channel.
Watching The Flash. It's just, demonetized. Yeah. Going to Auschwitz and then you meet somebody or on the internet or somebody else that like denies Holocaust. You just want to punch them in the throat.
Yeah.
It's just like, get the fuck away from me, you psycho. No, I'm not having it. And I know giving the Jewish Israel has been a massive problem, but I can sit myself in the time frame of what happened and go, yeah, I can understand why we did it. I really wish we hadn't, but I do completely understand why we created Israel. It was maybe an error of judgment, but I do know it's just nah. I find it hard not to sympathise with the Jewish people, regardless. Even when I see what they do in Palestine, I still sort of go, you probably shouldn't do that. But I don't think there's ever been people more persecuted. Should we get off politics before I get in trouble again?
Oh, sure, why not?
Superman. I did like the bit where he's the kaiju and he comes back down and sort of like cracks him on the head. I like that bit. It's funny. He's just the super cannonball. Cannonball.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, speaking of politics, how political do you think Superman was? Do you think it was?
Not at all.
It was inherently political to a degree.
Well, everything's political if you break it down to its bare bones, so isn't it? So
they do. It's a whole. I mean, it's an immigration story. I mean, that's what part of this story is him being an alien.
I just saw Davey B's message. Violence is not allowed at all unless you support Arsenal. Yes, David. Or Liverpool, and you're a Man United fan. I'm pretty sure there's a law. It's in law that I'm allowed to punch Liverpool fans in the face. Pretty sure. Or the Welsh. Genuinely, there's a law.
The Welsh. Yeah, someone's getting away from politics.
There's a town east of me called Shrewsbury, right? Sometimes pronounced Shrewsbury, but that pisses me off. But it's called Shrewsbury, and it's genuinely a standing law. You know, you get these laws on the book sort of thing for town and things, and they're not really legal anymore because they've been subsidized by the laws, but they still technically sit in the law. If you live in Shrewsbury within the city walls and you shoot a Welshman with a longbow, you cannot be done for it. And I'm just like, yay, we should do that more. Because the Welsh are going to kick off at some point. And we need to sort them out. And the Scottish as well. We should probably build a wall there as well.
Well, this is a good question, Stanley's. He's a refugee, not an immigrant, even though they do, I guess, hang that point on a few times. It would be interesting if they did kind of find that the nuance there, and maybe some of that might deal with how the public perceives him, because it did in this film, especially. You know what we haven't talked about in Superman already? He's a refugee, yes, but he is also sent here to destroy the planet.
No,
take over the planet and I guess just destroy how it is at hand and make it into the image that he would like.
He sort of says we're weak and stupid, and we're going to destroy ourselves. So rule them with an iron fist.
The Kryptonians are essentially Viltrumites from Invincible.
Yeah, that's fair. They literally got the first half of the message. Go there, love them. They're doing blah, 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 blah. And then the second half of the message is kill them all.
Show no mercy. Rule.
Yeah, show no mercy. Rule them with an iron fist. And so anybody that questions you, kill them.
Yes.
Which generally they say as well, which does come across a bit Trumpy, if I'm going to be honest. Oh, I'm getting in trouble for that sentence. But it does come across a bit dictatorship. And literally, if somebody disagrees with you, then there's something wrong with them and you should shut them up. Democracies aren't supposed to be like that. And yes, I am an imperialist. Thank you, Dave. The world was better when we had an empire. All right? I'm just saying it was.
For y'all.
We controlled a quarter of the planet at one point.
What's the old joke? The Brits are responsible for the most Independence Day holidays around the world.
Well, what to say? We invaded every country but 8, and 5 of them didn't exist during the empire. We invaded everyone. And I tell you what, man, we beat everyone in a war. We've literally beaten every country at some point in the conflict, including America, 2 or 3 times. And the only reason you got your independence was because we couldn't be bothered, and we had other things to deal with.
You know, they teach a lot in school here. Well, they used to teach school, but they used to teach British history right up until 1776. And then events after 1776 kind of got really murky, what was going on in the British Isles, until we pick history back up during the World War II and the Cold War.
Panther Pickle.
And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, Brits have finally entered history again.
Yeah. Panther Pickle needs to go and read his history. You're incorrect.
What did you say?
We did burn down the White House.
That's true. Yeah, we there's still one block left in the White House that remains burned, just to remind us that the Brits, literally, there's one block that remains charred.
Going back, we defeated the Americans about 6 or 7 times before, and then, like I said, the only reason we basically gave up during the War of Independence.
We won, bro.
The Americans didn't beat us in the War of Independence. It was the French.
Yeah, the French
armed you, paid for you, and there's a reason why you're wearing blue, and it's not because of the good old Americas, it's because that's what the French wore. So yeah, sorry.
I will say, but
happened without Ben Franklin.
Really stabbed you in the back, man.
You need to learn a bit more about Benjamin Franklin.
Oh God, they really fucked you guys over. No wonder you're mad at the French. Pommes frites forever.
Yeah, no, we like the French. We had 100 years war with the French at a time when people only lived to about 30. Do you know how much you need to hate people to fight them for like 4 generations? We really don't like the French.
Pommes frites forever.
Dauphinois. How much garlic do you want to put in that potatoey mess of cream? But
les bon temps roulés, you know.
We would never have kept hold of the Americans, though, because people want freedom. There's a reason why we didn't give back India. You know, it's not like we went, do you Indians fancy a bit of peace? Go on then. It was really give it back or get our asses kicked. So there was not, you know, we gave up the empire after World War II in particular because we could not manage anything. But also the people kept, and I don't know why, but they kept revolting against us. I mean, I say, how rude. We gave you people trains and religion. We literally went around the world going...
No wonder we hate you.
Yeah, we literally went around the world going, do you got a religion? Oh, we've got a couple. And do you have a flag? No.
And here we get back to Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard. Do you have a flag? No, well, you now belong to us. And we're going to back it up with this gun. No, we were absolute shits. We did nothing good for this world. But I tell you what, one thing about the British Empire, we are the ultimate example of punching above your weight. Do you know when you see like a little rich man with a big, tall, gorgeous blonde, and you go, that man is punching above his weight? I'm like, fuck you, the British Empire, that's punching above your weight. We're pretty good at, you know, that's the one thing I'd say about the British Empire. We genuinely for a tiny little country with no people in it, you know, we've been leaders in music, movies, art, conquering people. We're ahead of everybody.
Now, would you be ahead of everybody if you hadn't conquered people?
Oh, good.
Definitely. No.
Do you know how you did so well in World War II and Donald Trump forgot to mention Britain when he was talking about it? Two things were fundamental for America doing well in World War II. Radar, which helped you win the Battle of the Atlantic.
Yep.
And the Merlin engine, which made the P-51 from a piece of crap piece of tin into one of the best fighters of the time.
That was
Where
an
did you
insane.
get those two things from?
I've had the opportunity to restore one of those engines. Insane piece of machinery. They just
we killed it.
It just
To be fair, the Messerschmitt 109 had actually possibly a slightly better engine than us, because they had this thing that basically when we went into a dive, the fuel thing, you probably know better than I'm talking about, but we used to lose power in a dive and the Messerschmitt didn't. But anyway, no, seriously, where did you get radar from?
Oh, that was you guys.
Come on, that was us.
Bats.
Where did you get the Merlin engine from?
Oh, that was you guys too.
You're welcome. So without radar, you would not have won the Battle of the Atlantic. You would not have got the supplies across. The U-boats would have sank. So many boats you wouldn't have been able to.
Did you ever watch that? What wasn't it? It was a Tom Hanks movie about crossing the Atlantic. Was it
Greyhound?
Greyhound, and that was part of the film. Is like, we just got, he had to get the flotilla across to where the Brits could start providing air cover to the flotilla. So between the American air cover and the British air cover, they were kind of on their own, and it was a brilliant Greyhound.
Brilliant movie.
Is it still only on Apple?
Yeah, it's an Apple movie.
It's an Apple film, yeah.
They went for it. It's the start of the COVID, basically. It was supposed to go in the cinema, and obviously the cinemas just shut down. So Apple went,
That's right.
But there's going to be a sequel. Another thing, you're welcome. Oh, God, I forgot what I was going to say.
Thank God.
The World War II thing. Marmite. We gave the world Marmite.
Well, that's not a stroke. That's not in your plus column. That's not in. That was some hate. That's been some sort of hate rage against Australia. Or something.
The Enigma. Even though you did a movie about how you captured the Enigma machine and broke the code, you didn't. About 6 months before, we'd captured an Enigma machine. Was it U-571? U-boat U-571? Anyway, America, we'd already broken the code. Marmite is awful.
Marmite's so bad.
Yeah, but rule Britannia, Britannia, and I am being facetious. So,
going back to something that
don't worry.
Jay was talking about how many times the Brits fought against the Americans. If you visit America, the East Coast is nothing but battlegrounds, battleground memorials. Because you've got, even before America became America, even before the Brits got here, there was the French Indian Wars. There was conflict from like 3 different empires: the United States, Spain, and France, all going on here. Then there was the conflicts between the indigenous and all those 3 empires. And then, Washington popped up and then caused another bunch of trouble. But if you travel through, going to, national parks or monuments or whatever, the East Coast is lit. Oh, then let's talk the Confederacy. There's all of those wars and all of those battlegrounds.
No, Juliet,
the East Coast of the United States was just dripping in blood and warfare for what, 300-400 years?
Just because Juliet is one of my favorite people on the channel. Just to say, no, Liverpool is one of the only other football teams I actually respect because they've got a history like us. But yes, and I am being quite sarcastic. Well, I'm just trying to annoy Harris, even though what I'm saying is totally true. No, I'm doing it for comedic effect, so don't worry.
So if you're a historical buff, visit the Eastern United States if we don't close our borders.
I saw somebody who was saying about, it was a comedian again, it's an American comedian, I can't remember who it was, but he was saying how disgusting it was that we call Native Americans. They should just be called Americans. Because everybody else is an immigrant, or at least a son of an immigrant, or grandson of an immigrant, or great-grandson of an immigrant. the only people that should be allowed to call themselves Americans are the Red Indians. That's not racist. From that lived in the region. So all these Americans that you dumped on those bloody reserves, they're the only ones that actually should be able to call themselves Americans. But he was having a go at Trump and stuff, and he was getting a bit thing. But I've never thought about that before. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. It's kind of disrespectful to call them Native Americans like it's a thing. I was like, no, we're just Americans, thank you. The rest of you are something else.
We're displaced.
Yeah, Irish Americans. Yeah, okay, but But anyway, I'm so in trouble again, aren't I?
You are so, man. As soon as Sarah left, the whole episode just burnt down.
Superman.
The last thing we said about Superman was the parent stuff. Did you like Bradley Cooper in there? I mean,
I was looking at him going, is that Bradley Cooper?
We knew it was gonna. It was kind of reported beforehand, like a year ago, that it was gonna be him. But also, it was like, really, is it? And then just a small role. I also, and I don't like thinking about it like this necessarily. And the actress that played his mom is awesome, but the largest role she's had outside of this,
I didn't recognize her,
was in Westworld as the robot programmed to be like the prostitute in the cantina.
Right.
And I'm just like, that visually, I don't know if that's a good and she did just fine in the role. It was just fine, and I don't love thinking about it because it's like it's a whole different role. But when starting a universe, you are thinking about the way people perceive the actors, and if that's the largest role Superman's mom has had prior to being in this film, I think it's just a little odd. I don't think it's something to hang a hat on. I just think it was an interesting choice in casting. When she could, honestly, this how sleek of an actress she is, she could play a really cool, like, super character later on, but I guess that's not the route that has been taken.
So they're still talking about Native Americans. I actually think it's probably right there. They're actually saying Native Americans. I would like to be called real Americans. And then I said, well, technically, we're all immigrants if you go back far enough, except for people in like Northeast Africa. So I'm like, okay, then if you go back 700,000 years, fair enough. But yeah.
Let's see. The latest research shows that I think humans were in North America by 22,000 years ago.
Yeah. And to be honest, that keeps getting pushed back. Every so often, they'll find something else. They only thought we were 150,000 years old just a few years ago, and they now think we were 500,000 years old, Homo sapiens.
It's a risky DNA science,
Yeah, it keeps getting pushed back. They keep finding something else and find out. You got to remember, with like a lot of our knowledge of like dinosaurs and stuff is basically based on finding the odd bone here and the odd bone there.
Yeah.
A lot of the skeletons, it's very rare to find a complete skeleton of anything. A lot of the times, it's like 7 or 8 different skeletons they're put together.
It was okay. So there was this. I was looking at this article today. What was it? It was Pipestone Creek in Canada. Everyone should Google Pipestone Creek in Canada. It was essentially it was a riverbed that flooded. Me and my partner were talking about flooding, and how there was this car that you just see the door. The sand was just buried the car almost completely. You just kind of see the door on the side, and we're talking about how people get swept away and lost forever in these floods. Well, there was this Pipestone Creek in Canada is this site where there was flooding, and a lot of dinosaurs got caught in this flood and buried and just flashed. And so you do find like all sorts of bones mixed together, but here you get the entire species laying on top of some other entire species.
Yeah, there's a few places in England where there was that's not the time. It's like silt or something. Has been like a flood, like you say, a flood or something, and then it captures loads of. Yeah, we got a few places like that in England, but they're all over in England. But it's very rare. If you ever come across like a full skeleton of like a raptor or something,
you're a millionaire.
Going to be in the money.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's like it'll be like this, right?
Yeah.
You're in the money. But yeah, it's a fascinating subject. Can we call it a day? Because my back hurts.
Yeah, let's call it a day.
And before I get in more trouble for my opinions.
Well, I think now it's time to catch up on a little foundation around these parts.
We never got the foundation. We've been in here for 2 hours.
We should have started with foundation, if we're being honest.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I've not watched it. Let me watch it and then we can talk about it next week.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week.
And we can talk about Murderbot as well, can't we? Because I think that deserves a conversation because it's been excellent.
Let's finish on this one thing, Jay. 1 to 10, how James Gunn was Superman.
Well, in my review last week, because I may or may not have already seen the movie at that point, and one of the people I said that had reviewed it may or may not have been me, allegedly, 7 out of 10.
I think I would 7 out of 10 exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think it's a good film, but generally it's no Shawshank Redemption. I wouldn't give any superhero movie more than 7 out of 10, other than maybe Endgame. Might just squeeze an 8.
Not Infinity War or Dark Knight?
Infinity War.
Or Logan? Logan or Dark Knight?
The Dark Knight trilogy might just sneak, which is the second one. That's Dark Knight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That might sneak an 8 or even a 9, actually, to be fair. But normal superhero movies, okay.
What about Logan or Watchmen?
I might sneak an 8 as well, actually. But I would say out of 10 because it's like it's Shawshank and movies like that. They're 10 out of 10 movies. If we're going to say 1 out of 10, 10 being the greatest superhero movie ever made,
okay,
this might get an 8, 8.5, something like that. There are other movies that are better. A Secular Monk just said Batman 89. I'm actually thinking that's just about a perfect movie. It's an excellent movie. A couple of the Marvel films have been excellent. They might get 9 out of 10 sort of thing. But as an overall movie, I think 7 out of 10 is a good. I think 7 out of 10 is an excellent score for the sort of movie it was, if I'm honest.
I think 7 out of 10 is what I would rate it out of how James Gunn it was and the movie overall. And I don't know if that's how I'll feel in 3 weeks. I do want to go watch it one more time in theaters, probably sometime this week. But I feel like that's probably where it will like sit, you know.
As Secular Monk just said, they're the original Superman. I think if I'd have been old enough to watch the original Superman at the cinema, I would probably agree with Secular Monk. Like, I think it would have blown my fragile little mind, but I missed that. So it is a great movie, and nothing had been quite done like that before. So I think I would probably agree with him if I was old enough, but I don't think I quite am. So Stormy,
what?
How good is Superman when it came out? Did it blow your fragile little mind?
Not really, no.
Oh, I loved it. I thought it was epic. You watch it back now, it's epic.
Are you talking about the Christopher Reeve Superman?
Yeah, the first one, 1999 Superman, when that came out.
No.
Did that blow your mind?
No.
Really?
I've seen enough sci-fi where it didn't, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, so I
think it was
I saw it the summer it came out. I remember I was Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Whenever that movie came out, me and a buddy of mine, Stan, we went to go see it. And I think then we went back to the bar, you know. We were so, I mean, to be honest, at that point in time, we were so overwhelmed and spoiled from Star Wars. I think by that time we were already, you know, on Empire Strikes Back. And it was like, and Indiana Jones, and it was like, oh, Superman. Hey.
I don't think that Star Wars movie is going to catch on.
Yeah, well, I don't know if that George Lucas fella, if he keeps at it, he's going to make something of himself one day. You know what I mean?
I mean, he did that Indiana Jones first couple of movies, and they like really made a name for himself. And then he seems to just like,
yeah, what happened to him?
He don't know if else. He sold a few toys. He was a very good toy maker.
American Graffiti again. Come on.
God, that was a great movie.
So good. Yeah. So good.
My mother loved she loved that movie. That was kind of her era, you know.
I think if you're an American, you would love that.
Wolfman Jack on the radio. It was her thing.
It's a very your culture movie. I don't think the rest of the world quite gets it because it's not culturally us. You know, in the 1950s, we were skint. So we didn't have that until probably our equivalent would be a movie from like the early 1960s sort of thing, when we had that revolution of art and music, and culturally that was us sort of thing.
Did you guys ever have cruising? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that was, oh God. I did my part to insert British culture into local rural North Carolina cruise scene. Is I took my Triumph TR7 and I used to cruise with it in Elkin, North Carolina.
That's a beautiful car.
I love it.
The TR7 is probably my favorite Triumph.
I've restored 2 of them. Now, the reason I had it was because my grandfather wouldn't let me get my driver's license until I learned how to work on cars. So he bought me a TR7 that didn't run. It was towed to the house. Took me 6 months to get it running, and God knows how many trips to the auto store. I had to get a job at the airport, which is what got me into aviation, to pay for the. But when I got it running, man,
I think the only car for me.
I actually got it to run in the rain.
Austin Healey did a couple of beautiful. They did the 7000, which is a stunning car. It's the one with the curved sort of front grille.
Is that the one with the Rolls-Royce Princess engine?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's pretty. Such a pretty
gorgeous
car. And see again, building small sports cars. You're welcome. But the Japanese, stole that off us and did it much better. But we did it first.
Man, I'm telling you, I was a total British Leyland nerd.
Yeah, I loved those cars.
Yeah, there was a phase of my life where I used to restore them. Austin Healey, Sprite Mark IV, GT Triumph GT6, MGB GT, MGBA, Buckeye, Sprite, TR7, TR6, and a TR4. I've always wanted to do like a 6-cylinder X-type Jag or E-type Jag, but
TR7 was my favorite when I was a kid. I had a car boy, and I was just like, "This is such a good-looking car." Anyway, come on. I don't know.
Don't you? It doesn't your back hurt? Aren't you going to get off of here? It's been 2 hours.
Back hurts. My bum hurts. My back hurts, and I've said too much.
I'll send you some, Jay. I'll send you some pictures of my TR.
Yes, please do, because I would love to have a look at that. Genuinely, I would. I know that came across sarcastic. It wasn't meant to.
I also converted one.
I'd love to see that, mate. Go on and show me all your pictures of your fucking car. No, I genuinely would love to see those.
I also converted one of the TRs to hydrogen once upon a time.
See, a lot of the best British classic cars around at the moment are in America. Places like California and stuff, because our cars rust really badly. So some of the best examples are in America, where it's much drier and what have you, and they've survived.
The TR7 Spider version had the best paint job ever of anything British Leyland. They actually started dipping the bodies in zinc, and it was just, it didn't age. It just didn't age.
Look at a Mini. They drop like crazy.
Okay, we're going now. We're going now, really.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.
All right, we will see y'all this Wednesday for Stargate Outpost. Friday, we don't have a Radical Wasteland coming, but we have a fun one coming the following week. It will be about the environmental storytelling of Fallout. While we're here, really quick, before we jump off, Josh Padden has responded. He's been very busy lately, but I think he will be down for a debate. So we have that in the works, at least.
Oh,
we'll have a couple more conversations.
Well,
so Joshua and Padden, excuse me, will hopefully be back here soon. And who are you going to call?
Sorry, I'm just waiting for a big shelf and light. I need an electrician to come put the light in it. I've got like 7 down here, and the best one, my favorite.
Oh yeah, 60s version Batmobile. Yeah.
I've got the tumbler down here as well, and Knight Rider, but I can't be bothered to get mine. I'm sure I did it last week. I'm sure I showed you last week anyway. Such a child.
Well,
yes.
Wednesday, next Friday, Saturday, Sarah and I will be back for Farscape's Rion, and then Sunday, we will see you in a week. And we'll see if these thoughts and opinions stay the same, if they grow, or if they lessen, or what.
Or if the channel's not a smoldering ruin by that time.
We'll see.
He said, what about the Jewish?
Get us off camera, please.
Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for hanging with us. It has been a fun day.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Adios.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.